Welcome to week 9 of my life as a CTC cadet pilot. This week it was the real Module 1 exams. Roll titles. So this week we had our real Module 1 exams. This was no joke, we had to take these very seriously. If we didn't pass any of these, we would lose our first time passes, which in the airline industry is quite key to getting that first job. So just to recap, the first 4 topics in our Module 1 are as follows: human performance and limitations, general navigation, mass and balance, and principles of flight. That was actually the order I sat the exams on. On Tuesday, it was ATPL in the morning, and only 30 minutes afterwards we had the 2-hour general navigation exam. On the Wednesday, I had mass and balance in the morning, then I had a few hours off before principles of flight. So let's get right into the results. Just to recap, that the pass mark for the CA exams for ATPL and PPL actually is 75%. It's not like our mocks where there was like a qualifying mark but it's to the foul. No, it's just pass or foul. So we're going to go in the order that I sat the exams in. So human performance and limitations. I felt that was a particularly tough exam. There seemed to be some new questions in the question bank with a lot more emphasis on the psychology side of human performance, which for me is a bit of a weak point. So let's put that on screen. Human performance and limitations. Did I pass the real exam? Yep, that is correct. Even though I came out of the exam and felt but I wasn't too sure, I did pass that exam, so very pleased with that. Didn't particularly want to resit that, or as a matter of fact, I don't really want to resit any of these exams. So, next up, general navigation. We did this very quickly after human performance. Now, general navigation, as I said last week, is statistically the exam that is usually fouled the most. 2 hours, and it's tight on time normally. So, general navigation. Did I pass the real exam? I did, so I was really pleased with that. It was actually, for me, one of my strongest subjects as a PPL holder, and also all my flying I did when I was doing a PPL, I didn't generally use an iPad to do my calculations on. I did it all on the CRP5, so I was half the exam I was quite familiar with anyway, so it was just chance I had to get right. So I did really well in general navigation, so I knew I'd pass that exam, but it's always nice when you get the final results in. So on to Wednesday's results. Mass and balance, as I said before, considered to be the easiest exam of the module, but no need for complacency. So did I pass it on the first go? Yeah, of course I passed it. As a matter of fact, on mass and balance, I only dropped 1 mark, and I knew exactly what question it was. As soon as I got out of the exam, I knew it was a definition. I don't know why I checked the wrong answer, but apart from that, it was a flawless exam, so really pleased with that, and that's brought my averages up nicely. So, final exam, principles of flight. Now for me, this is the one exam I was most worried about. Principles of flight, there's a lot of different things they can ask you about, and it's the one subject where I've been doing question banks and my marks have not been consistent. Like 1 minute I'm in the 70s and next minute I'm knocking on the door of getting 90. So, principles of flight, I came out of that exam and I didn't feel like it had gone very well at all. But I did feel that there was a good chance that I'd done enough to pass it. So, principles of flight. Did I pass the real exam? And have I made it a full house and passed Module 1 entirely? Firm, that is right. Principles of flight is passed. That's a full house. I successfully passed Module 1 on the first attempt. Absolutely over the moon with that result. I mean, to get first time passes is just unbelievable. But my average for the whole module was just over 90%. I've no idea how well. No, I did it. I put the hours in and worked my backside off. But before I came to CTC, I said to myself, if I could get first time passes, that would be excellent. If I could average like mid-80s, I'd be over the moon with that. So to average over 90% in Module 1, that's a pretty good start. I mean, I don't want to get complacent in Module 2 and 3, but that is a massive confidence booster. So, as I said, I'm recording this on the Sunday. I've been home, I've had a few days off, caught up on a lot of sleep, caught up with a few friends and family, but I'm now back. It's Sunday, I'm filming this, and tomorrow we start Module 2. Now before I talk about Module 2, what about everyone else's result? How did everyone in my CP as a whole do? It was a bit of a mixed bag. The vast majority did pass on the first attempt, but we have had... Oh, my housemates are back. I'll pause here. Well, sorry about the interruption. As I said, one of my housemates just got back, so I'm not going to have this video going for too much longer as I want to catch up with them. So what was I saying? Oh yes, yeah, we're not sure if everyone's made it through to Mod 2. I'm aware of a few people who have had fails, which means they've got two options. Either they continue on to Mod 2, and then when they sit their Mod 2 exams, they then, at the same time as their Mod 2 exams, they sit the Mod 1s that they didn't pass. Or they can be recoursed and they can just do Mod 1 from scratch, but obviously the ones that they've passed, they can just leave, so they either have an easy time in Mod 1 again, which means they take longer in training, or they can go into Mod 2 and have a lot more work on. It's up to them at the end of the day, but I'm not aware of anyone who's definitely been recoursed. I mean, there's a few people I know who are at risk, and I'll find out tomorrow of what's going on about that. But anyhow, like I said, tomorrow, Monday, we're starting Module 2. So next week, Module 2, we're kicking off with 2 of our 4 topics. Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, we've got radio navigation. It is considered to be one of the more difficult topics, about on a similar difficulty to general navigation. So looking forward to that. And Thursday and Friday, we've got instruments, which is considered to be a fairly easy topic. So we'll see about that. Anyhow, that's Module 1 completely done. My thoughts of it as a whole and my experience of it. In terms of difficulty, it was about equal to what I was expecting. I was expecting ground school to be difficult, and it is difficult. You don't get much free time. So, I mean, in general, I've found if you put the classroom hours in, and when you get home and you review what you've done during the day, and when it comes to the exam season, you do the question banks, you find out what your strong points and weak points are and get your exam technique right, you shouldn't go too wrong. So that's Module 1 all wrapped up and done. Progressing forward, Module 2 starting next week. Thank you very much for watching. As always, feel free to like the video. Also, if you've not subscribed already, subscribe. And if you want to share this video with anyone who's interested in CTC Aviation, training, well, just commercial pilot training in general, or if you're just interested in watching my progress, feel free to share the video. So on that note, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye bye.